Have you ever loved someone so much you thought you'd spend the rest of your life with them? It's exactly how Dominic felt about Brianna. They were the couple everyone envied. He supported her dreams, celebrated her successes, and trusted her completely. But sometimes the person you take a bullet for is the one behind the trigger. This isn't just a breakup story. It's a masterclass in what happens when trust is shattered and a good man is pushed too far. Dominic and Brianna had been together for 5 years. He was a software developer, and she was an aspiring artist. It wasn't just her boyfriend. It was her biggest fan. He paid for her art supplies, helped her set up a website, and even covered most of their rent so she could focus on her passion without financial stress. He believed in her talent, and more importantly, he believed in them. He was even planning to propose on their upcoming anniversary trip to Italy, a trip he had been saving for over a year. The first crack in their perfect world appeared subtly. Brianna started spending late nights at her new studio, a space she claimed a friend was letting her use for free. She became distant. Her phone was always face down, and she'd get defensive if Dominic asked simple questions. He tried to ignore the red flags, telling himself he was just being insecure. He loved her, and love means trust, right? He even suggested visiting the new studio to see her latest work, but she always had an excuse. "It's a mess," she'd say, or "I'm just not ready to show anyone yet." The truth, as it often does, came out in the most brutal way. One evening, Dominic decided to surprise Brianna at her studio with her favorite takeout. He got the address from a mutual friend, who seemed a bit hesitant to give it to him. When he arrived, he realized it wasn't a studio at all. It was a luxury apartment. Confused, he buzzed the unit she was supposedly in. A man's voice answered. A moment later, the door opened, and there was Brianna, looking shocked, standing next to a wealthy gallery owner she'd been networking with. The look on her face said it all. The takeout boxes fell from Dominic's hands. The trust, the love, the future he had built in his mind, it all shattered in that single gut-wrenching moment. The breakup was messy. Brianna showed no remorse. She told Dominic she had outgrown him and that she needed someone who could support her lifestyle, not just her hobby. She had been seeing the gallery owner for 6 months. She had used Dominic's financial support and emotional stability as a safety net while she secured her upgrade. To add insult to injury, before she moved out, she took several expensive items Dominic had paid for, claiming they were gifts. She even drained their joint savings account, which was mostly his money, for the Italy trip. For weeks, Dominic was a wreck. He was heartbroken, humiliated, and furious. But as the anger began to burn hotter than the sadness, a new feeling emerged. Determination. She had played him, used him, and discarded him without a second thought. She thought he was just a stepping stone she could walk all over. She was wrong. He wasn't going to get sad. He was going to get even. Dominic knew Brianna's entire career now hinged on the gallery owner and his upcoming showcase for new artists. It was her big break. He also knew something Brianna had forgotten. He had built her entire online presence. He still had administrative access to her professional website, her social media accounts, and the email list he'd helped her build. The night before her big gallery opening, Dominic executed his plan. It wasn't loud or destructive. It was precise and devastating. He didn't delete her website. Instead, he replaced her portfolio. He uploaded every single receipt he had for her art supplies, her rent, the classes he paid for, and the savings she stole. He retitled the gallery "The Art of a Scammer," funded by a broken heart. On the homepage, he wrote a simple, honest account of what had happened, complete with screenshots of her deceitful text messages that he had found, then sent an email blast to her entire contact list including critics, collectors, and the gallery owner with the subject line, "The True Story Behind Brianna's Art." The fallout was immediate and spectacular. The gallery owner, horrified and publicly embarrassed, dropped her from the showcase instantly. Her social media was flooded with comments calling her out. Her professional reputation was ruined overnight. She had built her castle on a foundation of lies, and Dominic had just pulled out the cornerstone. She called him, screaming and crying, but Dominic just calmly said, "You said you outgrew me, Brianna. I guess you just outplayed yourself." He then blocked her number and finally felt a sense of peace. He got his real revenge, not by destroying her, but by revealing the truth she tried so hard to hide. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you next time.